When we are having a conversation about AI, human rights and democracy, you understand why Africa would be walking into this very cautiously. We do not want to walk into this blindly. We want to walk into it vigilantly. The lessons from the past have taught us that there are developments that can be exploitative to individuals, to communities, and even to countries. And now that we know that AI and indeed the fourth industrial revolution will be fueled by data, the question begs, what does the data representation look like as we go into this new fourth industrial revolution? Already we are seeing, if we look at the data centers and where they are being stationed in the world, we see that the southern hemisphere is very disenfranchised. A case in point, we got to look at the history and see that historically, Africa has passed on their indigenous knowledge, their beliefs and cultures from one generation to another orally. It has not been recorded, not in numbers and not in words. Indigenous data that is not in our books, is not in libraries, and it's not even in the internet, from which the AI systems are scraping data out of. I was very excited by what Mr. Sibal said, because in the context of AI and democracy and human rights, then parliaments must advocate for affirmative actions that ensure inclusivity and equity in the principle of leaving nobody behind. We've got to ask ourselves, if this data that is being scraped off the internet is what shall fuel the artificial intelligence, what are some of the communities contributing into this data? Does it mean that some religions, some cultures, some beliefs, some tribes, some languages are going to go extinct in this new age of the industrial revolution that we are calling the fourth industrial revolution? I want to conclude by saying that on its part, Kenya can report three very crucial and critical developments. One, Kenya is working to institute digital innovation hubs, 1,450 of them around the country, in the villages, so that even our people can contribute into adding into the data that shall be used in the development of AI and machine learning. Secondly, Kenya has already developed a very robust Kenya privacy and data protection law, and we are looking towards doing an AI policy. We are also, as a country, aggressively pursuing the installation of green data centers, where we shall be exploiting the natural and clean wind, solar, and geothermal energy. And I must take this opportunity to invite anybody who would wish to collaborate in establishing data centers in the global south to come to Kenya. We've got a lot of wind, we've got a lot of solar, we've got a lot of geothermal energy that can power data centers that will help in balancing out the data imbalance and inequality that we are currently seeing. Otherwise, we shall see Africa being condemned into digital plantations, akin to the plantations that were there in the time of coffee, in the time of tea, in the time of cotton, and we cannot expect that it will happen automatically. We have to work affirmatively to ensure that we leave nobody behind. I thank you very much for this opportunity.